Hello, cartoon fans. The cartooned vehicles. I had to get this. I think this came out in 2020. This Hot Wheels. Unfortunately, they didn't re-release it this year. With my luck, it'll come out next year. Um, yeah. Okay. Not much to say, right? I mean, it's a cartoon semi-truck. I bought this because I want to know if it'll fit my choro queues. And also because it's a really goofy looking truck. Right. Let's get this out of the way here. This is a tuned Formula 1 racer, and I think I've seen this recast in 2021. This person in here is really it's a hard plastic, but he's obviously flexible in the base, I think, of it. Okay. He's off to the side. For some reason, I'm not really a giant fan of this tuned vehicle. It's just the proportions lengthwise look fairly normal. It's only the engine itself and the person's head that makes it look like a cartoon. Okay, well, anyways, it came with the thing, so it's this thing that I was really all about. Now, for me, it looks very similar to those aliens from the Simpsons cartoon. In fact, let me just pull up that. That's what I'm getting, a subconscious. I forget their names, but these two aliens from the Simpsons. Am I right or what? Anyways, okay. So, all right, let's see what we have here. Let's see if we can take this apart so we can look at them easier. I would have to assume this can come off. Does it pull out like a real trailer or push forward? Or is there a screw holding it? I know this opens. I don't see a screw in that hole area. I'm gonna guess it's just like a friction fit. Okay, yeah, so it is a friction fit ball peg. All right, let's look at this thing. So yeah, it's got these green flames. It's quite interesting. It's an over-the-top paint job on an over-the-top looking vehicle. It's got some cool little vents right here. It just says transport there. A totally blacked out canopy. I've seen some people customize this where they'll take the canopy out and put some figurines in there. A figurine would definitely fit in there. Oh, well, look at this. This is interesting. This side is actually open. So you could maybe jam a little person sticking out there. Got the chromed bumper and headlights there. Looks alright. A little black paint will help that out. And then it actually has a black plastic bumper, which is part of this base. So this, let's see here. I'm just looking for like a copyright date. 2019. Okay, so it was out in 2020. Whoa, why is this axle so... What the heck, guys, right? Whoa, why? Is this a production error? Do any of you other guys have this tuned truck, and does it have a crazy... This is the axle that belongs on the rear end, right? Even the rear end is a little bit long, but it doesn't stick outside of the tire. Okay, so that's a little weird that they would have... I mean, this is a toy for 3-year-old children, right? This is a safety concern. You know, that could poke a little baby's eye out, right? If the kid just jams that into their face. You don't know what kids do. God knows what they put into their mouse. Alright, so anyways, we have some dual chromed fuel tanks, which are pretty neat. It's also interesting... Oh, there we go. Some rivet marks there. And then it does have some bumps for taillights, so maybe a little paint there would be nice. There's a tab here, but I guess holding the black part to the chrome part. I'm wondering if that chrome transfers into... It looks like it's chrome in there. So, yeah, there actually are 2 chrome seats inside of that thing. Just don't think you can see him though because of the black. Alright. And then there's just a giant post here to keep this from collapsing if someone stepped on it. Some running lights up there. Okay. You know, pleasantly, the casting itself is better than most of the cars that Hot Wheels makes. I am just so used to seeing a lot of zinc scratches and gouges, but there's not much of it compared to some of their cars. All right, let's look into this trailer now. I don't mind the flames in the front end, but this graphic flame job carrying across here, I'm not really a big fan of it. It's a little bit too busy for me. But anyways, it does say tuned up, transport, okay. I do like the rivet marks. It reminds me of like, well, the whole shape of it reminds me of like an Airstream trailer. Granted, this is white instead of aluminum. But, alright, and then it's got a divot there. This must be the pivot for this thing to open. Well, this is interesting. The trailer is from 2019, but the tractor is from 2020. No, I can't even remember. 5 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. Never mind. Same copyright. This is interesting. Why is this a separate piece? This is literally a separate piece of plastic, I think. It is plastic. Oh, okay. It's holding the axles on. That's why. But even so, I'm not really sure why it had to be so big, right? Wouldn't it just make sense to have a piece of plastic this big? But, well, I'm sure they know a lot more than I do over there at Mattel. Okay, it's nice. There's this little storage nook there. There's also some storage here. And it's really weird to me that there's a suit and a blanket, like a bed, and then who knows, maybe just some details as if this is a sleeping cabin. But that just seems odd to me. If this is a car transporter, you know, why wouldn't they just carry across the transport floor up here so you can, right? Am I nuts? Does that make sense to you guys? Here's a tuned Hot Wheels manga tuner. Like, if you're gonna have two cars, why don't you just have a car here? Well, I guess maybe they were just thinking you're only supposed to put one car in it, even though you can clearly hold two cars. So that's really odd to me. Okay. I kind of like that the windows are not symmetric from that side to this side. So it's a little asymmetry there. You can see through the back quite nicely. Similar types of bumps for the tail lights, and then a little light binnacle for the tail license plate there. This would be like an air conditioning unit, probably. Would have been nice if they had some vents in there. They could have easily had some more vents up in that ACU. Alright, so that must be the tab to hold the bottom closed. Yep, there we go. So, alright, well, let's put this back together. Not too difficult. I like that they were smart enough to provide enough space here so you can actually, you know, open the thing instead of having to remove the trailer. As a Hot Wheels should, it rolls quite well on these really giant wheels, but that makes sense. So this one, you know, is the manga tuner. I added a bunch of paint and I added these BNDS alloy wheels, and so we know that thing fit. What I'm curious about is some Choro cues. Again, as I mentioned, that's why I bought the thing. So I'm pretty sure the standard cars would fit. Here's an LMP racer. Yeah, that's gonna fit. Looking at it width-wise, shouldn't be a problem. Yep. Here's a Ferrari 250 GTO. So nice. It does actually fit two Chorocues quite nicely. Okay, so now I have that question answered. Let's see about some taller vehicles, though. I have this Chorokyu Decatur. Now, it makes no sense to put a cartoon semi-truck into the back of a different semi-truck, but in the cartoon world, anything can happen. Nope, too tall, not going to happen. Alright. I also have this Hot Wheels here that I modified with some 3D printed wheels. Maybe up here. Nope, my wing is too tall, I think. Alright, so that's not going to happen. Alright, well, I'll just compare it to a couple other transporters. It's not my intention to collect transport vehicles, but the Toon thing just got me. One of my very first reviews was this GCD Mercedes-Benz Actros transporter. So you can search my history. We're talking, I think a year ago I reviewed this, but this is probably still the best 1/64 scale car transporter. It is these photo etched metal plates. I mean, look at the details on this thing. It's wonderful. And it's still actively sold. I got this off AliExpress. And considering how big it is and how detailed it is, it's actually a pretty good price bargain. But anyways, I wanted to pull that out because of the size difference there. And then my second transporter and my last one is a TLV. This Nissan, I don't know what it is, a Nissan NV something or... Anyways, this is all die-cast metal here, but it's really just meant for one car. Alright. So I gotta say, I mean, these two are probably going to be quite accurate to the real vehicles. And so even though this is a Hot Wheels and it's a cartoon, it actually fits in, you know, right between the two. Between a small transporter and a giant transporter. Let's see if I can get their face view for you guys. Hold on, I gotta lose the trailer. Yeah, for me it works. I mean, it seems okay. All right. Okay, guys. Well, yeah. You really find, well, I find some really weird stuff in this hobby. I only started collecting a little over a year ago, and so it's always nice to find these things. As you can see in these images behind, I wouldn't mind, you know, if Hot Wheels made some more cartoonish trucks. It's, you know, still it's smaller than a true 1/64 scale truck, and since I collect all these cartoon vehicles anyways, I can make an excuse to buy these. Alright, well anyways, as usual, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next cartoon.